I'm gonna take you out for the best dinner of your life as soon as I put on my Sunday best.
Sid, why don't we stay here? I can whip up something, maybe help you clean up this place a bit.
Oh, I would love that, but you know, I don't have no food. Okay, Gilly, what are you worried about?
I just don't want people to give you a hard time.
That's only if I let them. First things first, gotta get some clothes.
What? What is it?
A pair of my boots are missing.
Do you think the police took them?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, sure, I'm checking the sold for gasoline.
Well, then they won't find any. Listen, I think that we ought to go out and get some dinner.
Who could it be?
Oh, Sid, great, man. I thought maybe you were gone. Listen, I got to talk to you right now.
Yeah, well, you know, Gilly and I were just about to go out for dinner.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but this can't wait.
Yes, the police did it. Listen, Nick, what's this about?
You know, I think I came up with a profile of the man that did most of the things that you're being charged with, Sid. You see, I kept going over and over the state's case against you and put it together with what I already know. And for some reason, it just didn't make sense. I mean, things kept falling apart in the same places. Key points were missing, like a motive. Well, you didn't have one, right?
Yeah, look, Nick, what's the use?
Okay, look, just humor me, okay? I know that an arsonist doesn't need to have a motive. I mean, some of them like to start fires just to see them burn. Now, this guy could be that kind of guy, but, you know, I couldn't help but feel as if there was a pattern starting to form with all the little stray facts and the coincidences, but I just couldn't put them together until tonight.
Well, could we hear the profile?
Sure. You know, Sid, at first glance, this guy sounds a lot like you. I mean, he's someone that lives in the hood. They could have left a long time ago, but decided to stay because he wanted to make a difference. He wanted to see things change around here. But his methods were different than yours. While you were out there making a name for yourself as a big-time lawyer, I mean, doing your bit, accepting your pro bono cases, this guy was staying closer to home. And all the while, he was running a one-man vigilante operation, incognito. You know, I think at first he started small, you know, whenever he heard a gunshot go off or he saw that a crack house was being set up somewhere in the neighborhood, he called the police. He dialed 911. In fact, I think he dialed 911 so many times back in the summer that he became a real pain in the butt. But you know what happened? I think that he started to see that his efforts were all in vain. That the cops just never showed up. So he started to realize that maybe they didn't care. Maybe they had written the neighborhood off. So what this guy started to do, Sid, was he began to started to set off little beacons.
Beacons?
Yeah. You know, maybe he would torch a drug drop, you know, or maybe set up a little rubbish fire in the backyard of a crack house. And what he was trying to do was he was trying to keep the heat on the dealers, okay? Keep them moving around, keep them from staying in the same place. And incidentally, also leading the police to a few new drug busts. But you see, that's where I got confused again. You know, I kept thinking, how did this guy know where to set these little beacons off? I mean, sure, he could have heard some information out in the hood, but he always seemed to be one step ahead of the word out in the street. And then it occurred to me that maybe this guy was not working alone. Maybe he had an informant, you know, somebody on the inside who was keeping him hip to what was going on out in the street.
Well, that's an interesting theory, Nick, but I'm afraid that's all it is.
What do you think a guy like this would do if he got arrested, Sid? I mean, what do you think that he would do if he got charged with the lesser fires, but also he got charged with the big fire, which he did not do? I mean, what do you think he would do? Do you think that he would keep quiet and not defend himself? Well, why would anybody take that route? So do you understand why I'm confused by these questions? Do you have any answers for me, Sid?
The only answer that I have for you, Nick, is that I think you should stick to reporting Yeah, leave all the police work to the professionals, because I do think you're jumping to all the wrong conclusions.
No, I don't think so, Sid. Because it all came together for me tonight. The corporate suit and the Robin Hood of the Hood are both the same man. And the only reason why he's keeping quiet, Sid, is because he's protecting his source. Now, I'm not sure yet who this informant is. But even more baffling to me is that I don't understand why he is so important to you.